Allstar says it is 7 p.m., so good evening, folks. We're going to get started here in just a minute. Go! There it is right there. Good evening, guys. Ham Radio 2.0 Sunday night live stream. Appreciate you guys joining us tonight. A lot of people in the chat tonight. And appreciate everybody being here. Of course, Freddie's first in the chat. I got to shout out the people in green text. Freddie's in the Zoom. He can hear me right now. But Ham Radio Crusader, Todd's in the chat. Randall KR5EEE. That's got to be it. That's a heck of a CW call sign. Dit. So I'm learning CW. What's up, Mike? KO4 PDI is in the chat. Ed AC3, AC3IK is in the chat. Special shout out to all the folks in Green Text YouTube channel members. Thank you for joining tonight. Good game. Ham Radio's in the chat. First time in a long time. I guess that Frank made him come over here. So, and there's some stranger called Ham Radio Tube in the chat. I don't know who that guy is. Some kind of weirdo, some kind of stalker, probably. Some kind of stalker out there. But yeah, hey, good evening to everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. We are going to get started building an all-star node. I got a cast of characters to bring onto the channel tonight and welcome everyone there. So we're going to be doing that here shortly. Couple of quick things I wanted to share with you guys. Now, if you're on my email list, you might have seen some of this. And if you're not on my email list, go sign up, hamradio2.com/email-sign-up. And I try to send all the stuff that I get, all the new deals, all the coupons, all the upcoming events that I get wind of. I try to share them there first. So go sign up for that when you can. We are going to be doing a giveaway, and I was going to do it tonight, but we got a lot of people in the Zoom tonight. Plus, I figured out about a week ago, I was like, hey, next weekend is Labor Day, which I knew that. I knew it was coming up. I just didn't know how many weeks away it was. And traditionally, we do a happy hour on Sunday night of Labor Day weekend because most people don't work on Monday. So next week, a week from tonight, we're going to do a happy hour, Ham Radio happy hour, 7 p.m. Sunday night for happy Labor Day to everybody. So you guys be sure to put that on your calendar. Those of you who regularly join the happy hour are absolutely welcome to come back on, and those of you who are in the Zoom tonight are welcome to join us as well. Same Zoom link as always. So that is the thing there. But GigaParts, this is going to be a GigaParts night, guys. And I think I'll start with this part right here. Some people may not know this. GigaParts has a slew of Raspberry Pi 4 boards in stock. I think I've got the number correct, but I was Steve and Jason from GigaParts came to breakfast with us last week when we were in Huntsville. We went to a Blue Plate Cafe. Eat your heart out, Bob from our Finder. We actually went to a good breakfast joint. And Steve and Jason came out with us. We had a big table of people there. It was a fun time, of course. And I think Steve told me that he had like 1,000 of these things in stock. I might have misunderstood what he was saying there, but I know he's got a bunch of these Raspberry Pi 4 and 8 gig models. So there's the 4 gig right there. There's the, I think that's the 8 gig. This one shows it to be a 2 gig right here as well. So I'm going to stick this link in the chat real quick. This is not an affiliate link. There is no affiliate commissions on Raspberry Pi stuff because they're selling them at a regular price. There's not much of a markup on them. But he did ask me to push them because people are desperate for Raspberry Pi 4s right now, and they actually have them in stock, 4 gigs and 8 gigs. I got a picture of them and put them on Instagram. We were in the store. So they got a lot of these. So you guys go out and order those. Somebody pinged me the other day and said, hey, they're sold out of the kits, these Canna kits, which they have some. Yeah, you see, request stock alert. They're out of the kits. But the actual single boards, they have a bunch of them in stock. So you guys go clean them out there if you want to, if you need one. They still have this deluxe battery box on sale for $75. It's regularly $95 to $99. It kind of fluctuates in price. You can save an additional 5% with KC5HWB, the code 5% off of the $75 price. So they put this new band plan desk pad on here. If you guys were at Huntsville, in fact, they've got that. They're going to normally sell that for $29. They told me. So that was the Hamfest price right there. So you can get 5% off of that too. This is my page right here. And then the Explorer backpack is on a special thing, which is right here. This is a different code. This guy, if you go to this link right here and use the code HR2FREE! Buy the bag by itself, and you get 3 of the universal pouches, the Velcro universal pouches that go inside of it. 3 of those will be added to your cart for no additional charge. So you can get the bag itself for $59.95 plus 3 universal bags for no additional charge, $59.99 plus tax or shipping or however they do that, depending on what state you live in, that kind of thing. So yeah, so that's a special they're running right now. They got the special on the battery box. They got the special on the Rig Expert stuff that I sent out on an email earlier. They got the special on the backpack here, and they have Raspberry Pi 4s in stock. They don't really need to run a special on those because they got them for the normal price, $59 and $79 for the 4 and 8 gig. So in stock, go get one. If you've been waiting for them, now might be the time. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say about that. And we're going to go over here. Frank has joined us. Well, Frank joined and then he left, of course, which is typical Frank. But let me bring everybody on here and give you guys a chance to say hello. So what's going on, everybody?
How's it going?
Hello.
Good evening, Jason and everybody.
Good evening. So Kevin, I'm going to let you go first, buddy. You've never been on the channel. Good evening. How are you?
Hey, thanks for having me on tonight, Jason. It's been a lot of fun. It was fun getting to meet you and Bill at the what was it? The fest down in Arizona. Quartz Fest. Yeah.
Quartz Fest, yeah.
That was right before we crashed the RV.
Right.
What?
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, that's
Crashed
crazy.
an RV.
Yeah, on the way home from that trip, we jackknifed our rig. That was the end of that.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
It was bad.
Oh, no.
Yeah. We all lived, though, and here we are.
I guess,
Thank
hey.
God.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely glad everybody was okay, so.
Oh, yeah. And this is a lot of fun being here for this adventure that you got planned. I'm a big project guy. I'm not sure that I'm a big soldering guy, but I'm all in for something fun.
You can't mess up more than I did.
Yeah, and Frank, you have a node now, so no more.
Right here.
You got a node built for you and given to you.
Wow.
Yes.
So the Allstar system will no longer be Frank free. So you guys join while you can.
Well, I was looking for a way to plug this up, and while y'all are building, get it going.
Okay. Right.
But I don't have a monitor to plug this into right now. I ran out of time. I was too busy trying to get other things done.
You don't need a monitor. You just need to find out what IP address it pulls from your router, and then open up that IP.
You need a monitor and a keyboard to put it on my Wi-Fi network before I do that.
No,
you can SSH into it.
No, you can use MOBA X term or whatever, and it has its own SSH into it. That's because I didn't plug mine into a monitor to get it going.
Yeah, I've never plugged a monitor into mine ever.
Just start you a putty session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Start a putty. Plug it in via Ethernet. Start a putty session.
Use port 222.
Yes. I could do the Ethernet thing.
Yeah, Ethernet. Yeah, is obviously
that is easy peasy.
The
I'm with Frank though. I got to try the monitor thing, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Just to see it.
Yeah.
I didn't know
guess.
it did that.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah. So now I want to see it now too. I didn't know it did that.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey Wayne, how are you? When you turn away from the Heil mic, we cannot hear you. Not the first time for this. Yes, that's correct. So this is how you know when you're dealing. I know Wayne. Wayne's a great dude, but this is how you know you're dealing with a CW guy. This is how microphones work. It works this way. It doesn't work this way. Yeah, I'm just teasing you, Wayne. But yeah, you're right. I should talk into the mic. There's a concept. It's my first day on YouTube. I don't know. So
first
don't know
day.
So I like to say real fast. I just got done having Steve Goodgame on my live stream prior to this.
I saw part of that.
Kyle also did the interviewed Steve, I think a week or two ago now, and he donated all the super chats, and a good chunk of change went over to the education fund, and he appreciated it, and I think we all did. So I just
we're gonna donate, or I'm gonna donate in everyone's name, YouTubers and everyone who donated $850 to the ARL. I called them last week and said, I don't feel comfortable donating this as a Diamond Club member because it's not me. I mean, I'm contributing, but it's not me. Like, I'm not a Diamond member. AA0Z is not. It's you guys that donated, right? So they basically just said, just send it in a check and tell us that you want it to go to Steve Goodgame and we'll be good to go. I'm just like, okay, done. But that's going in the mail tomorrow.
Now tell everyone where that came from, Kyle.
Yeah,
Which
so
you've done that before, but not tonight.
Yeah, so I did a stream about the Teachers Institute with Steve Goodgame, K5ATA, who is the education manager up there. And then also we had a lunch at Monsanto on Friday, and everyone gave, what they could. And the lunch cost like about $250. So we took all of the super chats that I got from my stream, plus all of the profit that we got from the Monsanto lunch, and I combined it all together, and I put some dollars into it, so I would donate also. And the final bill was $850. So I'm going to the credit union tomorrow to get a cashier's check made out to the ARL. I'll post it on Twitter whenever I send it with a note saying where we want it to go, and it's going in the mail tomorrow. So
cool.
Hopefully that will get, like Steve, an extra upgrade on his Bronco that he needs to rent whenever he goes to these teacher conferences. They don't put him in like a Mazda Miata or something,
Dude, he's going to take that straight to the coffee house and buy a bunch of beans to last him for the next 3 to 6 months.
He's going to fund Carlos's
all
farm.
He's going to do. Yeah, right.
So he gets all the good beans next year.
Yeah, my wife says big props to Kyle for organizing that lunch. Yeah, so my wife is really impressed by how organized you are, Kyle. Both for the trip you and I are planning soon, and for the luncheon, because I don't do organization like at all. So she's like he knows what he's doing. I'm like, yeah, okay, if you say so.
Well, Emily and Noel cooked everything, so kudos to them. They did all. I just supplied all the stuff, and they did everything.
Right. Yeah. It's true. Yeah,
I was going to help, but Carlos was busy throwing me out of airplane again.
I was the supplemental hamburger cooker.
Yeah, you did. Bill cooked some hamburgers. Yeah,
couple. Yep. Not as well as Emily and Noel, though.
It was good. It was a good time.
All right, so we are going to. So when I didn't bring my box in here, but you guys can share your camera. So I know Kevin's got one of these. Bill's got one. Freddie, do you have one of these that you're going to build with us tonight?
Or... No, sir.
Okay.
I've got one built next to me.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
I'm here for consulting purposes.
That's okay. That's okay. We can handle that. So
Bill already has his chip already installed, or did it come installed? No, it's loose. Okay, so you haven't done that part either.
It's loose. Yeah.
Cool.
So we're gonna have a let's see. So this is the website here with the build instructions, and I can share that link in the chat right there if you guys want. If anybody wants to follow along with this, we're gonna start at step 2 because step 1 is about drilling holes in this, and I didn't realize it came with this case. But it comes with its own, what do they call it? A
Neo case, isn't it?
Yeah. It's this Argon Neo case.
Yeah.
And they have you drill a couple of small holes in it for the LEDs, I think, and for the SMA that goes in the back, like right there. So I don't think I'm going to be drilling on my desk tonight during the live stream, but so I'll get to that part later off camera, and then I'll share a picture of the finished product. But we're going to do the PCB board tonight and have that kind of thing going right there. So you got to do some surface mount soldering around these pads here, which is not that hard because I did this on my last SHARI node and it worked after I was done. So that makes me believe that it's not that hard to do since I did it successfully. But Don says he drilled Frank's holes for him. I'm sure
he did.
So, yeah, sure, that's true. So, Kyle, what do you have? Do you have anything you're building tonight, or are you just hanging out?
I'm hanging out. I'm gonna be the town heckler here.
Oh, well, somebody's got to. Somebody's got to be the town heckler. That's good. So
it's better than being the town drunk, though.
That is true.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true. Scott, I am building the Pi-Hat V for VHF.
Ooh.
I've never built a VHF one, so
am I.
They're all
This
they're all
is
the
the
they're all
VHF.
they're all the same. But anyway, yeah, I'm doing a VHF one. So so step 2 again. Step 1 is drilling holes in the case. Step 2 is tells you how to put this. You guys have I sent you guys the link to that, so you should be able to follow along. Those of you who are building with me. Yeah, Kevin's already going, so that's good. But that's that. Basically, I think if I remember correctly from last time, I think what you do is you kind of you put some solder on one of these pads and kind of put it in place, and then you go around it once it's in place. So you just use one solder pad to kind of hold it in place.
Yeah, I think that's what I did. I put solder on all the pads and then put the chip on there and just kind of put the tip of the soldering on, or the soldering iron, and just kind of just went around.
You put it on all the pads?
Yeah, I think. Well, let me think about this. You know what? I think I just tacked a couple.
Right. The instructions say to tack 1 or 2. Now, I mean, there's no rider. I mean, however you want to do it, I guess it's fine. But the instructions are tell you to tack like 1 or 2.
Yeah, that's what I did. I tacked a couple, and then I came back and hit all the pads with solder.
Yeah. I think I will do that as well.
Yeah, because this one right here it has the Pi embedded in it, and it's a hat, right?
Right.
Yeah, mine is. I got a separate one for my SHARI node where I plug it in via USB cables, or it goes, it goes to the front of the Pi.
That is the one that that's the one that I normally use, is the one with the USB. So yes, this is a hat that goes on top of a Pi 4.
Yeah,
and it is important to note that these are made for a Pi 4. You can get a Pi 3 version, but they do not interchange. So this is a Pi 4 hat. Well, is that true for the hats? I know the USB one matters. Maybe the hats don't matter.
I don't think the hats matter because I think a 3 and a 4 have the same footprint and the pins are in the same location.
Right. But the USBs are different on the 4, so maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
N8YO is recommending to tack the opposite corners to seat and hold the chip in place while you do the rest.
That's probably a good idea.
Well, if N8YO says it, then it's probably a good idea.
And tack, you mean by putting some solder on the pads already to have them there, and then you hold the chip over them and melt the solder, and then the chip will seat into itself, and you do it on the opposite corner and do it a couple times to get it flush.
Correct.
I'm just explaining it.
No, you're right, and I'm agreeing with you.
I love hearing that. Cool. Yeah, I'm not seeing the Pi on my network when I plugged it in.
It'll show up as alarm.
The little red light. The little red light flashes. If you know your Morse code, it flashes
the IP address.
The IP address in Morse code.
Cool. Mine's
does
solid.
It really do that? I didn't know it did that.
Yeah, it does.
Solid red.
Not that I would know that in the first place.
Wait a minute. What? Who said that? What do you mean?
It does do that, Kyle.
It flashes. It flashes the IP address in Morse code.
Time out.
Yes,
Time
it
out.
does.
What red light are you talking about?
On the little red light under the black shield.
Oh, on the hat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
On the case.
Right
on
there.
the case.
Okay, gotcha. I thought you meant the Pi blinked Morse code. I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
Through the bottom of the case, the Pi does blink
So if
Morse
it's
code
solid,
through the light right. Oh, I can't figure out my camera. What's going on? Right there. That part of the case, there's a blinking red light, and it's blinking Morse code.
Okay, I got a solid red light.
Frank, do you have an SD card in?
Yes.
Does it have an image?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to have an image on it.
Could it be a Pi issue? I don't have the right power for it because the Pi 4s are finicky about the power plugs, right?
Yes,
sure are.
Yes, it could. Yeah, it could totally be that.
I just plugged it into a standard.
You have like a portable battery or something you could plug it into?
So this one isn't a SHARI Pi, but if you look at it, this isn't a. Let me get my camera right. This one isn't a SHARI Pi, but right here, you'll see a blinking red light right on that raised corner of the bottom edge.
Yep.
I'm doing it backwards. That right there, there'll be a blinking red light.
Yep, that's what I'm showing on screen right now, Bill.
Okay, no, it should not be solid.
Yeah,
it should not be solid. That means that it's
that must be something that the Pi-Hat introduces.
Mine at home does that, and it's in the documentation as well.
You mean it does it at home with just a regular Raspberry Pi with nothing plugged into it?
No. With with the SHARI Pi.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I had heard in my years that it was like a Raspberry Pi thing that was native, and I was like, what? Time out.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm trying to solder and talk, and
probably not a good combination there, Bill.
No, sorry. No, that's a SHARI Pi thing.
Frank, if you get yours booted up, it should show up.
Wait a minute.
It should show up on your network. The DNS name should be Alarm Pi, all one word.
Yep.
Right.
I'm going to step away to get the right charger.
Copy that.
Kevin, look at Kevin. Already done soldering.
Wow, that looks good.
Well, I did start a little bit early, but I shake too much to do it all at the same time. Too nervous. Doing this on your live stream?
Oh, the only worst thing to do on live stream is to do math. The second thing is to solder.
Or do CW.
That's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nobody smells chicken. That's a good point, Joe Brett. I think the tip I chose is too big. Although I'm almost positive I used the same tip last time, but almost positive.
You know, I did discover through this process that my old soldering iron went bad, and I ended up getting one of these nice, cool
tip cleaners. Those
brass
are awesome.
tip cleaners. I used to use the water, like the
water sponge.
Yeah, and that was horrible. All it did was cool the tip down, and it ruined so many tips. So if there's a tip for that, and I think this thing was $4. Wasn't very much. Exactly. I never knew that was a thing.
I 3D printed mine.
Use at home. Today in the hotel, I'm using a piece of Kleenex.
Nothing wrong with that.
Survival.
That's the best.
Desperate
Survival.
Right. Right.
This is one thing I have to confess. I didn't solder my chip on. Arthritis was just, I don't think I was going to be able to get it right. So that's the only thing I didn't do.
Did someone else do it for you?
I paid him $5 extra to solder the radio chip on it at Kits for Hams. They offer that service, and I got the rest of it as a kit because I wasn't sure it was going to happen.
Okay.
I had no idea that they did that.
Yeah.
Somebody emailed me earlier today and said that they had emailed them and asked them for an assembled kit, and I'm like, I'm not sure if they do that or not.
He does.
I was thinking they did, but it's not as common, I don't think.
They do. It's part of his sign-up sheet, or his order form. He'll do the whole thing for you.
You're probably right. It's been so long since I bought these, I don't remember.
Honestly, I think that's a good thing because hams like me, you get to a point where you can't see as good anymore, and you can't do the things you used to do. And quite honestly, there are other things that are more fun.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Than screwing that up,
or having to unscrew it
up.
Yes, I would bet too that it would be more popular by having those kits for guys that don't know Linux or Asterisk or this stuff to have a kit just kind of done. I don't know if that's a bad thing or not.
Unscrewing it is harder than screwing it.
Yeah,
that's a very true statement right there.
Yeah, I think I can't figure this camera out to save my soul.
Hey, Bill, KE4RXM says, I think you got me confused with you, but or maybe it was Kevin. He said, where was it? Is that the new KAIWEETS iron? Kiewitz iron.
Kiewitz, yeah.
No, this one is the one I just did a video on this one. This is I gotta change this camera. It's driving me crazy. This one is the UYTS 100, and they've got upgraded. So it's right now. I'm running this one off this Denko battery.
Sweet.
Wow.
Power poles.
That's a 12-volt soldering iron, right?
Yeah, 12 and 24. So the wall wart it comes with is 24 volts, the power supply, and it goes into the iron.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's handy.
That's great for when you're out in the middle of nowhere.
You ain't lying.
Yeah, but
right?
And it gets. Well, I think the hottest is 400 degrees. That's what I tossed. I solder at 340 for C. It goes to 400 C.
Yeah,
but it does I can carry it with me in my suitcase. So that's I'm traveling right now. So
right.
That's why I don't have my my steel or brass wool like Kevin.
Yeah, but your iron's way cooler.
It's what?
It's hot. It's hot. It's not cool. It's hot. No.
Oh, thanks, Bill.
See. So this is where I'm at right now.
Very nice.
So far. Let's
hope I didn't. You're almost there.
Screw that up. Almost there. I gotta look at it now. Use my cheaters. Right. I don't think it's easy to bridge on this one. They're pretty far apart,
which is awesome.
Yeah, they're pretty. All these are pretty far apart. Is it close enough?
Oh yeah.
So I can't figure out the camera. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, you're doing great.
It's good.
They're pretty far apart, so it's hard to bridge. And if you follow the instructions, the destructions, they tell you to. So it's not the hardest surface mount, but it is a surface mount.
Has any of y'all ever used something called Blue Tack? It's
no.
like a adhesive putty, a reusable adhesive putty to hold stuff in place on a surface, on a PCB to hold something in place to solder.
I don't think so.
I've watched YouTubers, but I've never done it. I've seen people suggest that though.
I've seen them just recently, and I'm thinking that would have been great 30 years ago. But I haven't tried it yet. I was just curious if anybody else had.
Have not.
Have not.
I see it on the network now.
Sweet.
All right. Is that
Yeah.
light blinking like I said?
No, it's actually solid right now, and I have an IP address.
It should, well, maybe you have older firmware or whatever, or different firmware than the one I have. Because mine blinks it actually blinks high. So it blinks HI and then the IP address without the periods. So it'll
don't think
say
I can
one,
get it on camera. There's
zero,
the green
space.
There's a green light next to the red light that looks like it's blinking Morse code.
Well, maybe yours blinks on the green light. Mine blinks on the. So when this is together, let me see without messing something up. I mean, it's academic if it doesn't do it, but so when the case is together,
we'll figure it out later, Bill.
Yeah,
just keep on rocking on.
Well, I'm gonna stop and wait. So when the case is together like this, on mine, this area is translucent, and you can see the red pi light, and it blinks high, the IP address, high, the IP address. But maybe it's a different firmware. There are some changes. Jason and I were talking about them earlier. There are some changes that he's implementing. All right, I'll wait. What's the next step?
Frank's unit got too close to the whiskey and is confused.
Probably so.
This came from Dawn, so no.
By the way, I ended up with 4 bottles of whiskey in my fridge when I got home. One of them was mine. So 3 extra bottles of whiskey. And so thank you whoever left that. I didn't really want it, but I guess, I don't want to sound ungrateful.
Were they good brands?
Yes.
Yes, they were.
Well, that's a win-win.
Yeah.
Did you end up with the Hennessy, or did it go bye-bye?
Is that the one with the blue label?
The Hennessy was something that Joe Brett won, and he didn't like it, which everyone doesn't like Hennessy.
There was a bottle of Chattanooga. There was 2 bottles of Chattanooga. One of them was mine, unopened. There was a bottle of 4 Roses, and there was a bottle of something else. I don't think it was Hennessy, though. It was like Blue Ridge or something like that, I think. I don't remember.
I can drink it, but it doesn't make me gag, but I don't, it's not my thing. I drink either Jack or Jameson's. So
Jameson's
I did not want a bottle of Hennessy. But I appreciate the thought.
Okay. I'm not sure I did that correctly, and it's a very ugly job, but it is on there. So
talking about drinking here. Do we see this?
No.
Yeah.
Whiskey tumbler.
Where's my tumbler, Frank?
I just bought bubble wrap for them twice this weekend. One, I was like, I did the math and they weren't long enough, and I went back and took that back, and I bought another roll, and this week I'm going to send out a couple test runs to make sure they go through the mail correct, and then I'm going to mass produce it. I'm hoping in a couple of weeks we'll have them out and running, and I can't wait to put them in the mail because these are awesome.
Good.
I actually hand washed each and every one of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because
that's what you should do.
So when I see those fingerprints on mine, I'll know those are tank.
Yep. Genuine tank fingerprints.
There we go.
Yeah, they shipped me 2 extra just in case of the breakage, and 2 broke.
Oh.
So
really?
I have the right number.
Yes. Wow.
Okay.
Yes. So I was like, I'm not going to ship these with like Sergeant Blast, so I put them through the wash. That took a while. There's a lot of them.
Let's see what comes next.
Okay, I think insert the right angle JST. That's going to be this guy here.
What step are you on, man?
It's all part of step 2. So if you scroll down to like
Step 2, I see.
Page 13.
Okay.
Like the second part of page 13 is to insert the right angle JST connector into J1 position on the board in the orientation shown and solder the 2 leads. That's this it looks like a fan connector. So
I see it.
Yeah.
And I'm engaging right now.
Whose Discord keeps going off?
I think that's
it
Bill.
must be me. I'm sorry, I don't know how to. I closed Discord. It must be on my phone.
I don't know. I'm hearing it, and I keep looking over at mine.
No,
I'm like, what?
Me too. Hold on.
Bill joined the Zoom before you guys did, and I was hearing it, and I was like, "That's got to be him." It doesn't bother me. It's fine.
I hear that in my sleep.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I'm able to ignore it.
I hear that when I walk down the street. I'm like, "Who's on Discord? Who's on
Discord? Where's my phone?"
Other ham radio Frank says you washed them with whiskey, right? I was like, that's a waste of good whiskey because there's glass in it now.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
Which is a bad thing.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look! There's new Mike's YouTube channel, Ham Radio Tube.
Mm-hmm.
Did Mike really change the name of his channel?
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
From
Okay.
KAMRD radio stuff to Ham Radio Tube.
The HRT.
Taking bets on how long it's going to be till he changes his call sign.
Man, I would have already had that in the works.
I thought I was the only HRT.
K8HRT.
Right.
There you go. It's a thing now.
Yeah, K8HRT.
He meant the good glass. Yep, there's already been one glass that has whiskey in it, and
it's on Frank's desk.
Right.
Well, this one is in the reserve, so I'm not going to be drinking out of it. If it does get shipped out, I'm going to be washing it again. I've been picking it up a lot.
If you purchase the cooling fan option, insert the 2-position RA male into the. Oh, that guy. Do we have the cooling fan option?
Yeah, that's extra. If you got it.
I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think we have that.
Jody, first change the YouTube channel, then your call sign, then your pronouns.
Oh no!
Oh,
I identify as a ham radio operator.
That's right.
There you go.
All right, temporarily install your Raspberry Pi 4 into the Neo case.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds futuristic.
It's going to come back out again, but yeah, I think it's a necessary step.
Yeah.
I think they did that to help you mount some of the circuits below and hold it steady.
Yes. I think so.
Have you done the 40 pin yet?
No. Haven't gotten to that yet. I know, yeah. Yeah, that's going to be tedious.
I did do my 40 pin. It's repetitious, but you can do it.
Yeah.
I did it on the wrong side.
Did you really?
Yes. That was the first time we and you built it on stream. The one right here.
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
It was built on the wrong side.
The All-Star gods are not kind to you, man.
I built the KM4ACK infant half-wave backwards.
But to my credit, though, I desoldered all 40 pins. I had to buy another 40 pin adapter, and I put it back in the slot correctly.
That's no small feat.
It's not.
No, it's not.
It took some time.
I don't know that I have a Raspberry Pi 4 board here with me.
Dude, I killed all my Discord, and I'm still getting whoops.
We appreciate the
kill it in the.
Is that on your task tray?
Yeah, in the background
it's
on your.
Still in my tray.
Yeah, it's still in your tray.
Kill it with fire.
No, he said he closed it, and I almost said, "Is it still running in your tray?" But I was like, "No, I'm going to give the man a benefit of the doubt here."
Dude, I thought I had with the Max. I thought I red X'd it. I thought it was gone.
Oh, we need to move you over to Mike's channel. You said Mac.
No.
Mac.
I forgot you're a Mac
Mabs.
guy. How do we let this guy in?
But I was just telling Jason, I want to become I want to be a Unix guy.
Yeah.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah. At least he wants to learn the real operating system.
He'll be worth more than all of us.
Right. Yeah.
Now, did you guys on your Pi 4s, did you have the little heat sinks that came on yours?
I do on most of mine.
So I did not, because that case is your heat sink.
They don't fit on here.
No, you'll have to take those off.
They don't talk about that in the instructions.
They sure don't.
They don't.
Interesting.
They talk about putting the one that they want on there, though.
Yeah, the Neo case is your heat sink.
Yep. And then you have a piece of.
Does it come down and touch the CPU and it
does.
Yeah.
It has a pad, heat transfer pad that glues on there, sticks on there.
You can't even fit them on. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get them off of there, Kevin, but just be careful and gentle, and maybe like an X-Acto knife or something, and just gently sear that adhesive, and they'll pop off.
Yeah, I popped them off. That was the only way to make this thing fit on here. Looks like
there you go.
A hair dryer will help.
But yeah, they don't tell you that, and it's it should be obvious.
Yeah. That needs to be in the instructions, because if you get a used board, you might as well get the heat sinks.
Right. And I was repurposing mine from something else.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right. Okay, I don't have my Pi 4 here with me.
What?
It's inside. I've got like 2 extra boards inside. But I wasn't planning on finishing this tonight anyway. The main goal tonight, because I've already built one of these. I have one of these running inside, plugged in and connected to my system right now. The main purpose in building this one was I was going to I was going to give it to Mike, and then he said, well, I don't know if I trust your soldering skills. And he's got a point. I mean, he's got a point. So I got a brand new one for Mike. He can put the damn thing together himself since he doesn't trust us. But no, I've got 2 extras in there. One of them's for Shane, and one of them is for Mike. And this one I was actually going to give to my nephew, so I need to get it to work. But I wasn't in a hurry for it because I already have one that is up and running and working and whatnot. So I was just going to follow along tonight and see how far we could get.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the SSH point here.
Did you use port 222, Frank?
No.
Right. Yeah, port 222. 222.
They use a non-standard port.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yes and no.
Don't hate Frank.
222. Like the frequency. Like the 1.25 meter frequency. 222.
222. 3 twos.
It's like the TV show with Jack A. Oh, that's 228. Sorry.
227 is
227.
the place to be.
227, yeah.
Weeknights
Room
on
222
NBC.
was
I
a
see, I'm already screwing it up.
70s program.
I thought it was 228. It's 227. One off.
227.
Room 222 was a 60s, 70s program.
Oh, there you go. Yes, it was. Yeah.
Kind of like an old, version of Welcome Back, Kotter.
Kotter.
Was it?
My all-time favorite TV theme song was Welcome Back, Kotter. Mr.
Welcome
Kotter.
back.
That's even before my time, guys.
Oh, dude, it's been a few days ago.
A few days ago.
KQ4IEM John says, Kyle, for those of us who may not know, what does this device do? That is an excellent question there, John.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
please, Kyle, I'm going to let you explain it, but I get this question a lot. They're like, well, you didn't even explain what's going on. We have done videos on this subject like a dozen times in the past. So if you are a new subscriber, thank you for joining the channel.
Amen.
And we would be happy to explain that for you, but it has been on this channel several times. So Kyle, please go ahead.
Yes, we have done Allstar quite a few times on Jason's channel. So this is a device that connects to the Allstar network. The Allstar network is basically a voice over IP network that rides across the internet, just like your hotspot with DMR or System Fusion. And typically, let's go back to the network. It runs on devices that you can run the Asterix protocol on. Asterix is an old school voice over IP open source community type program that takes It's just an old school voice over IP program, right? So, you know, the PBXs that you might have in your office or you know, in corporate America, they all run voice over IP now. Hopefully, they don't, you know, got rid of analog. So this utilizes that voice over IP technology. Well, some people have gotten together, board of directors in the Allstar world, and they created basically this collection of nodes, and it's called Allstar. And these nodes can communicate to one another using this protocol, using a protocol that they created that runs on top of Asterisk. And it's like a hotspot. So what the guys are building tonight is a hat that has a radio transmitter that plugs into the top of a Raspberry Pi that uses the 40 pins and has this whole enclosure. And then once you create an account and get an Allstar node number on the Allstar network, and you configure the software to that node number, then you can take your HT and you can communicate via RF to the Raspberry Pi, actually to the hat, which then talks to the Raspberry Pi, which then sends it over the internet to the Allstar network. And you can connect to different nodes. You can connect to many nodes on the Allstar network, and it all keeps track of one another to figure out, you know, that there's no loops in the system, so people can't connect back into one another. But it's all done on the back end with Allstar servers, and it's a very crystal clear sounding network. You know, whenever DMR and System Fusion have that very digital sounding network, Allstar is very analog. It sounds like analog. It's got a warmth to it, right? So you're able to hear the indentations and the difference in people's voices. And also, you know, there's a fringe area too where you can get outside of the fringe, and it sounds less harsh than what DMR and System Fusion sound like. So that is my 4-minute dissertation about.
I mean, I tell people Allstar is analog, which technically you're going to digital and back again, but it's analog in as much as you can take a regular old analog, Baofeng UV5R, any other analog radio, and talk into an Allstar repeater and or node. So you don't have to have a special digital voice mode radio to talk into an Allstar system. It's just done with a standard analog HT or mobile radio. So there's nothing special about the radio itself, unlike System Fusion and DMR, like Kyle was saying. So yeah, that was it.
Yeah, because the digital is happening in the radio with DMR and System Fusion. The analog to digital is happening in the SHARI node or the device that you're talking to, that then connects to the operating system that sends it out through the Ethernet jack, right?
Right. Correct. All right, so this is saying right here to put the Pi 4 into the Neo case and then turn it upside down, so where your case is like this, so the Pi 4 would be underneath it. And then it's saying to drop, and then it shows the 40-pin header there, and it says to drop this on top of the 40-pin header. So what is this 40-pin? Because the Pi already has a 40-pin header on it. So what is this?
To raise it up to the level of the hat,
or it can't reach otherwise.
Right.
So this 40-pin header goes on top of the Pi header?
Yes.
It goes on top, yes.
Oh, and okay, so it just fits. Oh, I see.
Yeah,
what
it's
you're
a
saying.
spacer, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
can't figure out this camera.
I wonder why it's. I wonder why it tells you to put it in there like that, though, because it.
There's some orientation issue that I think you're about to approach, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's to get the pins lined up for soldering. I can't remember.
It could be a lining up of pins for soldering type thing. Yeah.
Because when the hat, I'm gonna get rid of this camera for a minute. What I found was, it's making me dizzy. What I found was, okay, yeah, you're like, yeah, because I'm dizzy. See how when it's on, this is the header side. It slants down because they want you to connect the screws here to
keep it level.
So it's not
Gotcha.
if you put the header on perfectly. Oh my God, I can't figure this camera out. It won't be level, or
Gotcha.
there'll be some bend in it. You'll introduce some bend. It'll probably still
Gotcha.
work.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Probably.
As long as all the pins are soldered correctly, it probably will. Okay.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, I think I'm going to stop here because you guys keep going. I think I'm going to stop here because I did not. I swear I had a Pi 4 board right there on my desk, but I'm not seeing it. So I will have to.
You could leave Frank in charge and go in the house if you're not afraid.
It's always a scary proposition. But,
Chip says Allstar has the best audio, and our club has purchased multiple SHARI kits. Members love them. Yeah, the audio quality on Allstar is great, and also the thing that Allstar boasts that you can get into advanced configurations. It can be its own repeater. It literally has the capability of being a repeater.
Repeater controller, you mean?
Yeah, repeater controller.
Controller. Yes, correct.
And also it is we have used them in our club to connect other repeater sites together through the back end. It's got a front end where everyone can see that's got a public Allstar number, but also it's got a back end that you can literally connect to. We've connected 4 or 5 repeaters together whenever we do a net, and all those repeaters come together. So it doesn't matter where you are in the St. Louis area, you should be able to hit a St. Louis suburban radio repeater.
We connect ours every week to one.
Yeah.
There's a net that connects into our system. They actually connect to the KC5 FOG repeater in Galveston, which I will be talking on for the rest of the week, starting Tuesday. And there's a net that connects, I think it's Monday night, it might be Tuesday night. And they connect in, they hold their net, and they disconnect. And I'm like, and the repeater owner net, he's like, yeah, I let those guys do that. I'm like, cool. So it's somewhere it's part of the East Coast Reflector, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's cool because and they have if you go to look at stats.allstarlink.org, you can see all the nodes that are currently online. They have nodes that are 220 only. They have nodes that are 6 meter only, 900 megahertz only. They have specific nodes like that. They have nodes for like, hey, everybody in Texas connect here, everybody in California connect here, everybody in this state. So regional and geographical located type nodes, and they have a node for different topics. Like I think maybe even AMSAT might have a node. I'm not sure about that, but topics like that have nodes and whatnot. So there's a hurricane net node that they connect in every time there's like a hurricane on one of the coasts, most of the time the East Coast. But
that one will become active here in probably the next 24 hours because there's going to be a hurricane that hits Florida on Tuesday. And they typically activate that 24 hours before the hurricane is going to hit. And it's great. There's go to the Hurricane Watch Net. Actually, I have a video on my channel about the Hurricane Watch Net.
There you go.
And you can listen in on all the reports that are coming in from the EOC and people checking in. It's awesome. I love it.
Yes. Yeah, it's good good information there for sure. So, yeah, but I mean, it's a very versatile system, yeah. N8YO had a good comment. Amateur radio, noun. A hobby where people talk on radios through the internet to other radios about radio and internet, which is not untrue, but it doesn't have to involve internet. So, as N8YO rightly knows, because he's a POTA junkie and he doesn't use the internet to activate POTA. So, yeah, let's see.
So in the instructions I was looking at, it says use this MOBA extern app. Can I just
works?
That's just like it's another like.
Can I just draw SSH into it, or do I have to have a telnet client? I can.
MOBA Xterm is what we used at RIM, Frank. But PuTTY works. I've always used PuTTY. It's just an SSH client. That's all it is.
Can I just use SSH in Microsoft command line, or do I have to go and get it? All right.
Is it something Windows has?
Yeah.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Windows has
Yeah,
it.
you got to go in and
something.
enable it under advanced Windows features.
You can absolutely do SSH in command line Linux. I've never tried it in DOS in a DOS window.
Yeah, it's still not letting me connect, but I'll wait till y'all get there.
Can you?
Two.
That's what I did. 222 username.
You have, Frank. You have the right IP address for the Pi that you're trying to connect to.
Yes.
Does it come up with a login prompt?
Nope.
Well, try 222. If that doesn't work, try 22.
Is Don playing a sick joke on you?
Probably.
Okay.
He enjoys that.
That would be.
Yeah, Don, did you did you change the port for SSH?
I didn't try the password. C++ sucks.
Ah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah. Putty works also. Putty's the best one, honestly.
Yeah, Putty's like the easiest.
Putty, yeah.
I use Putty a lot. I don't have it on this computer already.
This is a good question. So this ADHD Life is still one of the best YouTube names I've seen. Why do DMR or YSF instead of Allstar? Just a difference in rooms, talk groups? Because why not talk everywhere you can? I mean, it is a matter of personal. I have a radio for everything, even D-Star, which I never talk on D-Star. I have a radio for everything because if I just one day want to fire up a YSF room and talk on YSF, I can do that. So it's just a matter of personal preference, man. That's all it is. Lately, in the last year or so, the most fun I've been having is on Allstar. I really enjoy. I used to be a big DMR junkie, and I still like DMR. But I've been talking on Allstar. I set up my own Allstar hub, and a lot of these guys are connected to it, and we got on there and talk. And I'm not on there every day, but I'm on there often. I will be on there most of the. My wife and I are planning to go to Galveston for a couple weeks. We were gonna leave tomorrow, but I think we're gonna push it today until Tuesday. We got a couple things to take care of here at home, and during the.
So I could swing by tomorrow and pick up that whiskey that you had to just unload.
You can.
You get there soon enough.
Probably not as much in there as there was when you left the bottle in the fridge. But yeah, come get it. So
one day a couple of weeks ago, I was driving through the mountains. I was listening. Of course, I wasn't watching while I was driving. I was listening to Jason's live stream, and they got on Allstar, but one of the nodes somewhere is connected to Echolink. I didn't have this node in my truck at the time. So I jumped on Echolink on my phone, and I was able to join in the conversation, have a conversation with Jason.
Yeah.
And I hadn't used Echolink in a long, long time.
Echolink is great on the phone.
Right. I've got it.
But the point is be able to talk, because if I didn't have Echolink, I wouldn't have been able to join in.
Right.
That's true.
Yes. So I've got Echolink.
Everything.
Right. I've got Echolink enabled on my Allstar hub, so you can connect to the page you're seeing right here. This is my Supermon page. It's hamradio2.com/Allstar. Anybody can look at it. You can't log into it, but you can look at it. And you can see everybody that's connected right now. And you can connect to the system via Echolink or via it's an Allstar system, but it has Echolink enabled. So if you have Echolink on your phone, you can absolutely connect that way. So
I popped open the Echolink, searched, and I found that hub, and I was able to join in. So the point is, you were making, Jason, it's like all different modes, ways. You never know when you might need it.
That is true.
And I've got a DMR, TGIF DMR, DV switch bridge on my club repeater node and my home node. I want to do I know folks have been able to do a YSF bridge. That's going to be my next Allstar project, to bridge in maybe the Toads YSF server or something. Nice. Yeah.
So he's not connected right now, but N8PC Brad, he lives just outside of Dayton. I met him at Dayton. He's often connected. He has a TGIF talk group and a Brandmeister talk group, both connected to one another, but it's connected into his Allstar system. So he can, when he's connected to me, you can get onto either one of those DMR talk groups and talk into our Allstar system that way.
So is this what you got, Kevin? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think it's really cool that he does that, and of course I welcome him to connect anytime we want to. I don't see the appeal of that myself. I don't plan on connecting a DMR talk group to my own system, but if someone else wants to connect to me and use it, I have no problems with that at all. I'm just kind of like, well, if I want to talk on DMR, I'll get on DMR.
There you go.
I like the fact that you can do it, and there's people who are doing it, and it works well when you do it. You can tell it sounds a little bit different,
a little wonky, but not
bad.
A
little wonky. It's not bad. Yeah, it's 100% copy, of course. But yeah, it's neat that they can do that. So, but that'll be cool if you can get it connected to YSF. Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. I'm gonna have I've got an old FTM 100 and I was talking to John Crook a couple months ago or something like that. And with the newest firmware for the FTM 100 and the FTM 400, you can turn those radios into nodes. Instead of
they
having
got data ports.
They do, yeah.
Oh,
and
sweet.
You can turn them into nodes instead of having to have an HRI 200 box connected. Now, I have to confirm this. I think the difference is that if you have an HRI 200 box, you can host your own room.
Right.
But,
correct.
Okay.
That sounds right.
But if you don't have an HRI 200, you can turn your radio into a node and then key up that radio with another radio.
Right.
And it acts as, I can connect my node to, say, there's a room down in South Texas called Texas Patriots, and that's who I connect to most of the time. There's another one good called the Texas Nexus. So I think what I want to do is take this FTM 100 that I'm not using for anything, create it, update the firmware, create it as a node, connect it into various places I talk, and have that running in the shack full time. So that's a project that's on the table.
Can you pin Bill or Kevin to your bottom or fourth window? Because they're actively still going on, and the talkers are overriding that.
I can pin, yes, because I've got it on speaker mode now.
My camera work isn't very good, so you might.
Well, I was just wanting to highlight what they're doing because they're still going at it, and that's awesome. It looks like they're on the step where they have to solder a wire onto the Pi board itself.
The demand's
USB
coming
wire.
out of Frank here. Jeez.
I'm co-producing. I need to get credit for this, Jason. I want a raise.
I will double your pay tomorrow.
Add a zero to his paycheck.
I love that.
But my uncle, who had a pig farm, he'd say at Christmas, he'd be like, "Hey, I don't pay very well, but I'll give you lots of hours."
That's good. That's good. It's like that scene from Young Guns 2. I got two lots of news for you, good and bad.
So
the bad news is all we got to eat is horse crap. What's the good news? There's tons of it.
There's tons of it.
So me and Don figured it out.
Movie.
Yeah.
My issue was I was using the port number syntax with the colon instead of doing -P in the Windows command line. The Windows command line doesn't like you put the port next to the IP address. Some SSH do allow you to do a username at IP address : port number. SSH wants you to spell it all out, at least in this version of Windows. I know it's not like that in Visual Studio when I use it at work. At work, I use the Linux command and it works.
Linux always works better than Windows. Your mistake is using Windows.
No, I think it has inside Visual Studio a different implementation. It accepted the Linux parsing.
I haven't used Visual Studio in years, and I was never any good at it. So
the C++, man, that's how you do.
Okay.
Okay. Well, it's so passive aggressive. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my.
Did you get your menu to come up, Frank?
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
So that was the issue. Was I did not have the port listed separately. I was trying to do in the same line. So I went ahead and changed the root password, and now I added it to my Wi-Fi, and now it's on the Wi-Fi. Default Windows SSH client is working very well. I got the GUI menu popped up here. And I'm just holding off until y'all get to that step, and I will go through and check these options. I think the majority of these are already set. I was just gonna wait for y'all now.
Big if, Frank, big if.
Oh, I believe in y'all. Look at that work you're doing already there, Bill. You're
Big
highlighted on screen, so no one's watching and judging you right now.
No, not. There's about 100 hands going. I can't believe that some bitch is doing that.
Hey, if they accepted me for soldering in the 40 pin in backwards, you are in good company.
We're gonna switch it to we're gonna give Kevin the spotlight for a few minutes.
There you go.
So you're off the hook, Bill.
There you go. You ever seen soldering like that? Oh my God.
For some reason, this is where I struggled the most, and it should have been the easiest solder to do.
It wasn't that bad. I don't remember being that bad of a solder.
Which one was that?
These two wires here for the USB.
The one that Bill's doing right now.
They're pretty close together. I kept bridging them.
Solder on the board doesn't melt really quick.
No. It's
so.
Well, it depends on where it's going. It might be connected to what that there probably is a ground layer that you got to heat that up in order to get the solder to melt.
Yeah.
Or if it's a giant chip on the other side, it just depends where that is going. Patience is the key. And what is that? I think we talked about that earlier, but I was busy messing with stuff. Is that a mobile soldering iron you have there? No, I see the wire now. Never mind, Bill.
Yeah, Bill, it is mobile.
Bill, I'm gonna need the link to that.
Did you watch my video? I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, Bill, come on. Where's your channel?
Just kidding.
Is it? Do you have a video for it? Seriously, I'll go watch it.
I just did one.
Okay.
It's the I was kidding when I said that, man.
No, it's...
I know you don't have time to watch my video.
No. I would I will watch. I will watch your video.
I'll give you the short end of it here really quickly. First of all, because I believe in them. It's the TS. This one's a TS 100, but the upgraded model is a TS 101. And you'll hear guys say, "Oh, well." No, I'm not going to touch the other end. And trust me. So it comes with a 24-volt charger. It looks like the Bioenno chargers, but it's 24 volts. Don't mix them up. And
right.
It's a barrel jack.
Okay. And
I cobbled together connection to
yes.
power poles.
Okay. So
today I'm using the very famous Denko battery, but before I was using Bioenno. But
don't you all wish you had a Denko battery?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact,
Denko.
I just put the link to the soldering iron in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah,
Amazon.
It's you know what? It's not. Okay. It doesn't do every job, but it's worth having.
Heck yeah.
That's the best.
So I was going through my Kyle's tackle box. Seriously, I was going through it, getting ready for my trip to Galveston, which I'm going to go do a bunch of POTA while I'm down there. And I'm like, I need a small soldering iron. I need a small like pencil soldering, and not this big Heiko honker that I Mike carries this. Mike carries this thing around with him, and more power to you. But I'd like to have one in my box. And I'm like, I need to just go buy one. But that's perfect. That is perfect for what I need. So yeah,
that's what it's good for. Because I prefer. I have the Weller Digital. I prefer that, but I'm not going to drag that with me to New Hampshire.
Right.
That's not going to happen.
Right.
So
yeah.
This is like almost done.
All right.
Well. No, then you got to go through the software. I think the software loading.
So I put a video up, and Kyle and I have done that on live streams many times, but I put a video up about a month ago because my SHARI node died on me at Dayton, and turns around I had a corrupt SD card. So I did a video about here's how you build it from scratch. You image the SD card, put it in the first time, boot it up, and go through these steps, and here's how you do it. So that's on the channel. So, yeah, where did you put that? Freddie, what chat did you put that in? I'm not seeing that anywhere.
Seeing it either.
Oh, I put it in the YouTube chat. Let me check.
In the actual live stream chat?
Yes, the live stream chat. I'm sorry.
It got smashed so hard I didn't see it. Like it didn't even pop up for approval.
He has no he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He has channel membership, not mod privileges. So you can't
put it again. Oh, I can't do links.
You can't do no.
Drop it in the Zoom link and I'll go ahead and share it out.
Put it in the Zoom chat. Yeah, there you go.
Usually I thought it would let me approve it because I was watching for it.
Yeah, I thought that too, but I guess not. So
there you go.
All right, I got it.
No, I got it because I'm gonna affiliate link that sucker.
There you go.
So my live stream, you can affiliate link it for your channel, Frank. But wow, I'm not signed into Amazon. What kind of sorcery is that?
Skullduggery.
Oh my goodness.
What is that? Did I beat you? Oh man,
exist.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, I know.
Tank at checkout, right, guys? Tank at checkout.
Right. Yeah. Do that. Goodness. Yeah.
FYI, your screen is showing. I know your password will be protected.
It's
letting
not,
you know.
Yeah,
just letting you know.
I was trying to delete your comment, but I have to remove you as moderator, and I'm not that mean.
Oh, I was joking. I was waiting for you to post it with your link. I was gonna remove it.
Oh,
there.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know why Amazon signed me out though. What a joke. Anyway, yes. Okay.
Don is like, I want Bill's affiliate link. Bill.
Yeah,
that's
Bill.
A better one.
Yeah. Bill,
go to my channel. Bill-HRT. Ham Radio Tectonics. And watch the video. It's in there. I'm no good at it though.
$72.
I'm learning all that stuff. So the one you're getting is the slightly upgraded version of the one I have.
Okay.
But I'm happy with this one, so you should be really happy with the one you get.
No, I think that's great. I mean, if it charges off of 12 volts, oh my God. I mean, like 12 volt the world, my friend. It's
served.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's freaking cool.
12 volt and carpool the world.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, Jason, I don't think it's got a battery in it. I think you have to plug it into a battery to
You have to plug it into a battery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't charge via 12 volts, but it will operate via 12 volts.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that is correct. That is accurate.
So you can either plug it into the wall wart of 24 volts that it down converts AC 110 to 24 volts, or you can plug it in via 12 volt battery.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Still.
Yes, sir.
Still.
Exactly.
So K8MRD is a bad influence on me, and now I take battery boxes when I go places everywhere I go. So,
man, do you? Like I said to Mike, I made the mistake of saying, Mike, do you have a charger? He's like, what? Do I have a what?
I have 12.
Yeah.
Still,
there's a port over here. There's a port over here. There's a port over there.
Dude,
Charlie walked up to the trailer at Dayton. He's like, "Hey, dude, can I charge my phone?" And I'm like, and I pointed to the battery box, and he's like, "Holy crap, what do y'all do?"
Yeah.
I was like, Charlie, just pick a port, dude. It's cool.
The charging covered. There's no doubt.
Right.
Let's see, where am I at?
Okay, how are you guys doing? How's everybody?
I am ready to close the case,
I think Kevin closed his case. There it is right there.
Look at that.
That looks really good.
Yeah, looks great.
I did find that putting hot glue in this USB port guarantees that it doesn't fall out.
Why do we need to block this port?
Because the SHARI Pi uses that port.
Yeah, and you don't want to separate that.
Interesting.
You've robbed
you don't want to use it by accident.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, well, good to know.
And the little LED separator that goes. It's probably not going to focus, but there's
focus.
Come on, you stupid thing, focus.
Here, bounce some ice cream real fast. I got a good shot of it.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, it had it for a second.
You bastard.
Mm-hmm.
So in between those two lights right there are the holes.
Yes.
Those out of focus holes. Yeah, that is. There's a little plastic gizmo that you put in there, and it wouldn't fit in the board, so I just had to keep shaving it with a knife.
Yeah.
To get it to fit in.
It's a little 3D printed jig that you got to get in there just right.
Jiggity jig.
Jiggity jig.
Are those two holes that wouldn't focus? Are those the holes you drilled in it?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the instructions say you have to drill holes in the case.
Yep.
In fact, 3 holes, I think. 1 for the SMA and
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
That was
All
my
right, good.
biggest hurdle, was finding the right size drill bit for the antenna.
I know. Yeah.
Or
yeah,
a friend with a drill press. There.
Yeah, this is true.
That's what they were talking about. With the
turn it to the side angle. There you go, like that.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody has focusing issues tonight. So, but yes, good. Okay.
Focus, Jason. Focus.
I'm gonna pin Bill back up there because he's still working on his.
Yeah. You
guys got farther than I did because I didn't bring my Pi board out here, but that's okay.
We gave you a chance to go in there.
I know. I was, hey, you know what? You know what the purpose of tonight was? The purpose of tonight was to get all of you guys access to Allstar so that you guys could connect to my hub and join us, which unfortunately Frank is going to be on there now too. But it's,
I've been on there with the Echo Link.
You have. Yeah, you have.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I got a warning for everybody.
What's that?
Do not hit *75 once you have linked to Jason's node. Because *75 commands the SHARI Pi to spill its guts. And it will go through the list of everyone connected to Jason's hub. So the next 5 minutes, you're going to hear...
I don't think it transmits that, though.
No, but it does in your house.
Well, yeah. So you will be unhappy for 5 minutes, but okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I got you.
Don't do that.
Might as well just reboot at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Sounds like a Bill problem to me.
Yeah. You
right.
No, you do it.
Right. No, I've been bugging Frank for months. I was like, Frank, get a SHARI node. Build your SHARI node. Get on Allstar. So yeah,
built. This is the one that doesn't work.
Don built it for you. I get it. It's all right. It'll work. Just
I've been watching you for like 2 years. You've been begging Frank to get a HF radio. How long did it take?
2 years.
One of his subscribers had to buy him one.
But it took 2 years. Frank is not an impulse buyer.
But you know what? I get messages almost not every Sunday, but many Sundays I'm sitting in church and I start getting ham alerts and I'm like, Frank's out at the park again.
Mm-hmm.
So Frank has been doing very well with Parks in the Air. He's on the leaderboard down there at Cedar Hill State Park. You guys go look that up.
Good job, Frank.
Yeah.
Number 5 in activations. I was also number 5 in activators until someone decided to live closer and run out there every day.
Yeah.
But I'm not jealous. It only takes me 40 minutes to drive down there.
I know. You and I have it rough.
I know. But yeah, man. I've done 2 live streams. Well, one I deleted because it was a bad internet day. But what can you do?
Yep. Yeah.
So there's I can't work this camera. So there's that. So light on one side, light on the other side, and there's that mask thing.
Yeah. Okay. That looks good. Looks good.
I know.
From here.
I forgot. Something.
Your soldering job on the pin on the SA818 or whatever they call it is much better than mine for sure.
Hey, as long as it works, man.
That's right. Yeah,
Amen.
as long as it works. That is true. So we'll see how that works. But good. Well, it looks good, Bill.
It's like my CW. It ain't pretty, but I activated the park.
That's right.
I know how to send a question mark.
Did That was, you know what? I've been listening to that Morse tutor that I got from MFJ, and every time a punctuation comes up, I'm like, oh, that's a punctuation of something. It's either
what is unique about punctuations?
It's extra characters.
Yeah.
It's like 6 or 7 characters instead of 4 or 5. So it's like I'm like, oh, that's got to be a punctuation mark. So it's either question mark or equal sign or a comma. I think an exclamation point's been in there like once or twice, but it's yeah. I'm like, that's got to be punctuation. So
I don't even know the period. I know commas and question marks. And if I hear the period, I'll remember it.
I can pick out the question mark. I think that's about it.
If you send me a comma or a slash in Morse code, you're not getting in my logbook.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
I remember
flashes. I have to listen twice. I'm like, oh, that's it, because it's dotted. It's shave and a haircut. Dotted.
Oh,
but it's I'm not listening for it. So you send me one, I'm like, what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm like, I should know that, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't remember where I saw it, but N8YO sent Kyle, please copy letter by letter.
Letter by letter, yeah.
It might have been one of his videos, but I was dying.
So Jody is not wrong. Punctuation save lives. Let's eat grandma versus let's eat comma grandma. Yes.
That is so true.
But when people can't even type an email or a text message with proper punctuation, don't try to send me punctuation in freaking Morse code. I mean, like learn to type and then start sending me Morse code. So I can live without the punctuation in Morse code. It's okay. But that's now, my story. Grayman Poda, I did see that you joined the channel membership earlier. Thank you for your support. Welcome to the channel membership.
All right.
So
that's all. Yeah. That's all I got.
So that being said, should my next challenge to build a DX Commander antenna before you, Jason, or try to start learning CW?
Well, we're gonna do. We still got plans to do that together with Shane.
I know. I'll just give you a chance to rip on
Frank,
me with doing CW.
Frank, I know I tease you a lot, Frank, and you tease me a lot, and we both deserve it.
I love it.
But learn English before you start learning CW. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's what I was waiting for. Yeah. I was setting you up, man.
I know. Yeah. That's got to be that. In all seriousness, Frank, that's got to be tough. I mean, if you're like reading stuff backwards, then I'm like, man, that would be.
I want to learn it, but it's just.
I mean, I think you could probably do it. You just got to. Looks beautiful, get used to it, like everything else. So
yeah.
I think you got it, Bill.
Then you.
Gracias. Thank you.
Imagine me sending letters backwards, numbers backwards.
Right.
He said 37. What is that? And he said it twice.
Yeah, 37. NN5. So yeah, but no, you should totally do it. It's a fun mode. I've had very little exposure to it, but the exposure I have had to it, it's a very fun mode. So
I have fun.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Wow, my goodness, it's already 8:23. Well, that took a while. That was fun, though. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you guys for joining me tonight and taking over and doing it to completion, unlike I did. So, it's good. It's good. So I hope that Bill and Kevin, I hope you guys and Frank, you too, because Kyle and Freddie have been on the system for a while, but the other three of you, I hope that you guys will join us and talk to us on the system.
Yep.
43. Somebody asked earlier, what's the node number? 43136. And if you go to hamradio2.com/allstar, you will get to my Supermon page right here, which looks like this, and you can see everybody who's connected right there. But 43136 is my hub node that Kyle and I built several months ago and put onto a VPS server in a data center, so it is up 24/7. Although. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say that is amazing on its own right. That y'all figured out how to do that.
There were instructions. Wow. It wasn't that hard. There were instructions for it online. But now, and here's something we talked about on the lunchtime live stream on Wednesday. So there's been a couple of times there's been 2 times that I'm aware of in the last couple of months where I have had someone email me and say, hey man, am I on your blacklist? Because I can't connect to your node. And I'm like, dude, I don't blacklist anybody. I've never had the need to blacklist anybody. Please keep it that way. I don't want to blacklist anybody. But I'm like, no, everybody's welcome to connect. You can connect and whatnot. So I tried to connect myself. I disconnected my SHARI node, tried to connect myself, and I couldn't connect to it. And I was going to be on Allstar the whole trip to Huntsville last week. And I tried to connect. And I was blaming AT&T because I was hotspotted to my phone. I didn't have my Verizon hotspot in the truck. I was using my AT&T phone connection. And I'm like, AT&T. And I've had trouble connecting via AT&T before. Usually you try it 3 or 4 times, and it'll finally eventually work. I couldn't get it to work for hours that last Wednesday when we drove out to Huntsville. So finally, somebody emailed me and like, hey, man, I can't connect. And I went and looked, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to reboot it, which I've had to do before in the past. And I rebooted it, and magic. All of a sudden, you can connect again. So I was talking to Kyle on the Wednesday stream, and I'm like, why do you have to reboot a hub? Why does it stop accepting new connections? And so there might be some updates on the operating system I need to do. I have not updated the Allstar application itself since we installed it. So I'm going to go in and perform all my updates and whatnot. And
the logs will set you free.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
Yeah. And I'll probably go pull. Although I don't know how long it keeps those.
It keeps them for a while,
even after you reboot.
Yeah, because it's typically in the syslog, or there's a dedicated. I'd have to look at the configuration, but it's all in var logs, and then /var/log/
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the var logs directory. I'm familiar with that.
So it should all be in there. So yeah,
okay.
You can reboot until your heart's content, and
nothing
will be erased.
Okay. So people are talking about Cloud Node, Cloud Hub, T-Ray or T-Man. Yes. So this right here is Supermon on my Cloud Hub, which is a radioless hub, which you guys are talking about in the chat right now. So it does not have a radio connected to it. Obviously, it's on a VPS, a virtual private server in a data center. On a Debian 9, I think it is. It's either Debian 8 or 9.
I think it's 9.
Yeah, and it's not the latest Debian, because when I downloaded ASL, it said run this on Debian 9. It said don't try it on 10. We've had trouble with this and this and this. And I'm like, okay. So I just followed the instructions. We installed Debian 9 on the VPS, and that's the only thing running on it. I've got a static IP on it. We're good, and it's been running fine for the last few months. I've got it backed up and everything in case I ever have to reimage, but but that's when you connect to 43136, you're on a radioless virtual hub on a virtual private server, and that's how I wanted it, because if the power ever goes, because data centers have redundant power backup.
Yep.
So if the power ever goes out at the house here, I can still connect if I plug everything into 12 volts and go for it. So that's my thing.
So did you ever find out an answer to your why you couldn't connect?
No, that's what Kyle and I have been talking. But Kyle wants me to look at the logs, which I haven't done yet, and we're going to try to troubleshoot it that way. But if anyone ever has any trouble connecting, let me know. I want everybody to connect. I have not blocked or banned anybody. I want everyone to connect, and you guys use it to talk to one another. I don't have to be on there all the time. I mean, I'm on it as much as I can, obviously. I want to talk to you guys, but if you guys want to hold conversations without me, please. It's not a system to talk to me. It's a system for hams to use Allstar.
And there's a ton of hams on there.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Yeah.
There's a whole list of nodes, and then who knows how many nodes are connected to those nodes.
Right.
It is definitely
that's it right there.
Definitely a crossroads of yakking on ham radio.
Yeah.
The other morning,
no doubt.
The other morning, I could hear a guy in New Hampshire talking to a guy in Georgia on my repeater because I was hooked up to Jason's home.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
I connected to Jim one time, FEP Labs Jim, KN4
Oh, yeah.
YCD or whatever I forget his call sign. But the reason I connected to Jim is because he was connected to Hayden. And I'm like, I'm going to connect to Hayden. I looked up Hayden, and Hayden was connected to Jim, or one of them was connected. They were connected together. So I connected to Jim, and I'm like, okay, good. So if Hayden gets any spam traffic, then it's Jim's fault. so I had that connected up for a while, but I think they disconnected at some point. But yeah, it's a fun system to be on. I really enjoy it.
Let me ask you a question then, since you guys have done this a lot.
Yeah.
Is it anything like Echolink, where if the node is busy, it won't let you connect?
I don't think so. No, because there's been many times I've connected, and it'll connect, and it'll be in the middle of a conversation, somebody else, and my node will tell me, node, blah, 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 has connected, blah, blah, and I'm hearing the node traffic, but I'm hearing other traffic also in the middle of conversation. So, no, I don't think that that's a thing.
It's also full duplex.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is great, which is awesome. So it's like HF, like 3 people talk and you can hear 3 conversations going on at the same time.
Right. Correct. Yes. Correct.
But we're the only ones locally that hear the telemetry?
Yes,
well,
by
you
default.
can,
unless you have it set up incorrectly. Yes.
Yes.
You can go in there and change. I think by default that's how it's set, but some people go in there and change it for whatever reason, and then you can hear node blah 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 connected, and it transmits all that. You're not really supposed to do that, especially on larger systems. But
yeah, that pisses people off.
You don't want your telemetry to go out over the internet.
Correct.
Right.
Yes. Correct.
That's where it differs.
But you don't know that. If you're the one hearing it, you don't know if you're not doing all the research you're doing, you don't know that it's not going out.
Somebody will tell you.
So like mine
for sure.
announces the time, but it's just local.
Mine does
whatever,
too. Yeah.
Whatever frequency, it's not announced. And Frank, I was wrong.
Yeah.
There's a little green light next to the red light.
That's what I said.
I'm apologizing, man. I admit when I'm wrong. So if you can see the green
there
light.
It is. Yeah. Now it's flashing.
So
and in focus.
That's the one, and I'm focused. Look at there. I'll stop for the night, man. That's the green light is the one that flashes the IP address.
Yep.
If it's right, and mine's evidently not right because it's not flashing the IP address. Oh, I didn't give it one yet, so I gotta hook up that MOBA X term.
Yeah.
Now that's interesting. I haven't heard a MOBA X term before. So is that like an ad hoc Wi-Fi network that it sets up?
No, it's
that's a
I might have said
program
it wrong.
No, you said it right. That's a program like Putty. It's an SSH program, but more robust than Putty.
No. How do you take this?
It's got a GUI for users like me.
Well, no, I just plug it in, fresh flash.
Mm-hmm.
No Wi-Fi connected to it. How do I set the Wi-Fi information?
Windows computer with MOBA X term will SSH. I can talk SSH in.
So
via
Frank,
Ethernet.
Frank, what you do is you plug it into Ethernet first, okay?
Okay.
And then
so
you
there's
SSH into it, and
I got that from there. I was
and then in the main screen there is a option there to configure your Ethernet card and your wireless information.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it transmits an AP as well.
Oh, okay.
Because Jason said earlier,
I believe it transmits an AP, so you take your phone, and you connect to whatever it's Allstar Alarm Pi or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And you connect to that, and then you go into the setup and you scan for ambient Wi-Fi, and you connect it to your. This is how Pi-Star works.
Pi-Star does that.
Pi-Star does that, but I thought that this one did it as well. Hold on,
I
Frank,
don't think HamVoIP does.
Does
default.
it not? Okay.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I understand once we get to this screen.
Okay, go down to 7. Go down to 7.
Yeah, and I connected it to my network already. But for 1 second, it sounded like you can do a headless install and connect to it wirelessly through some type of ad hoc network, and then join your Wi-Fi.
No,
well, I thought you could. I thought it transmitted an AP, but an access point. But Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of Pi-Star.
Yeah,
I did it through Ethernet.
Yeah.
So I never connected a cable.
So the first time you have to do it
monitor
through
or
Ethernet,
keyboard.
and that's how I did it this go around. I plugged it in. My router gave it an IP address, and I said, "Cool, that's you," and got on from there.
It's definitely easier to do it via Ethernet, but yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
I do like how it opens up SSH natively. Usually Raspberry and a couple other distros I'm familiar with don't have SSH turned on by default. You got to turn it on.
Yes.
Yep, you're right.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, go in there and turn it on. But no, it's definitely got SSH, and then it pulls up that kind of antiquated looking GUI via SSH, and you can configure everything from there. It's not very hard at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining tonight. Once again, a week from tonight is we're going to do Ham Radio Happy Hour for Labor Day, and you guys are welcome to join. Same Zoom link and everything, same time, same bat time, same bat channel, and 7 p.m. next Sunday. So hopefully most of you don't have to work on Mondays. So that's why I typically do that on Labor Day weekend. But let's go through the room real quick, and you guys tell me what's coming up on your channels next, and then we'll wind this down. But I hope that all of you will join us on Allstar. I will be on Allstar a lot this coming week. Not much tomorrow, but starting Tuesday when we get in the truck and drive to the coast, I'll be on there pretty much all day, most every day, because the tallest building, gosh, if I could talk, the repeater on the tallest building on the seawall in Galveston is the KC5 FOG 440 repeater, and he is connected. If you go look at my Supermon, KC5 FOG, he is connected into my system 24/7. He's on there 24/7 now. So I'll be monitoring that local repeater, which is connected into my system, and I'll also have my Allstar node on, probably at the house. So, so I'll be on Allstar quite a bit starting Tuesday. But let's start at the top. Freddie, tell us what's coming up next on your channel.
Tuesday evening with the Clubhouse lineup, a bunch of us, what I like to call younger YouTubers, which I'm not, but we're just we're newer into YouTube. Nonetheless, I've got a video dropping then about my trip down to HRO in Plano, where I bought my first brand new HF rig. Can you guess which one it is? The Yaesu
FDDX10.
You know it, brother.
Dude.
Good choice.
Boy, I tell you.
If you got the money for it, yes, hands down.
And
that radio.
And it was just after I retired July 1, I remembered a month later, I'm like, hey, I had this 457 plan I've had for a few years and got to cash it out. So yeah, things worked out really well. So that's coming up Tuesday night. And then I got some more stuff on deck. So more coming.
Cool, man. Thanks for joining tonight, Freddie.
Thanks for having me.
Freddie's got a lot of Ham Radio Crusaders, his channel. He's got a lot of All-Star videos about explaining a little bit more basic stuff than what we did tonight. So I have videos on this as well, but Freddie's got some. It's good to watch a well-rounded, informational type stuff from different channels.
A lot of how-tos.
So, yeah, a lot of how-to stuff. So thanks, Freddie. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you being here. Kevin, what's going on in your channel, man?
Well, it's been a while since I put out a video, but I've got a couple of products coming up. I've got a receiver hitch mount for an antenna mast, but it's got a rotational aspect to it. It's really cool. I can't wait to get that one out. And of course, I'm putting on more of my HF brackets for HF antennas. They're super cool. I sell a lot of those. And a couple other videos on ham antenna setup. So I can't wait to get back into making videos again.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I've got like 4 antennas I'm taking to the coast with me this week that I need to make videos at a park at. So I hear you there. Yeah, it's been a long time coming on a couple of them. So
right,
good deal, man. Hey, thanks for joining.
Thanks
to have
for having
you, Kevin.
me here. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet. And if you're free next Sunday, join us for the happy hour as well.
Right on.
Kyle, what's coming up for you?
So I released 2 videos today about Huntsville Ham Fest, so go take a look at those. But tomorrow, live at 8 p.m. Central, I've got the top hunter, one of the top hunters, and one of the top activators for POTA on my channel, and we are going to talk about how to run a POTA pileup, POTA pileup, and also how to effectively hunt POTA stations. So we're going to do some tips and tricks on basically searching and pouncing and running. So if you want this doesn't even apply to POTA. It applies to contesting. It applies to SOTA. If you want to learn how to run a pileup and how to break through a pileup, tune in. We're gonna break the code.
Is a key power?
Yes, it's power up +1.
Learn how to tap out QRO on CW. So, that's what you do. That's all you got to do. So thanks, Kyle.
Thanks.
Frank, what's coming up for you?
Coming up for me, I have a video. If there's going to be a Monday night ham radio, I don't know. Carlos was needed to put that schedule together. I don't know what happened, but I will have a video out either way Monday. I'm going to be talking about solar panels and some cool things you can do if you have multiple solar panels to make your radio activation run longer. And I recorded some things. There is an antenna missing behind me. If you know what that is, or a hint that what I've been working on. And I think that's it overall. Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I expect to see you on Allstar, so get that node set up, man.
I can get on it right now with my phone. Hold on.
Not Echolink, Allstar. We're talking about Allstar tonight, Frank. So, Bill, what's coming up for you, man?
I got a couple of videos that first I'm going to be doing this overland trailer build out for ham radios. It's like, I'm going to do so. That's cool. Not specifically the ham radio part. So I've got my radio and my amp installed in there, and made my first remote contact with that radio, and I'm excited by that. But I got a couple bags I want to introduce. As a matter of fact, the first bag that I ever maybe want to do video, I haven't gotten around to doing that video. So I'm going to do that video. And something about cleaning and maintenance, and I'm going to tell a story about myself. Everyone's going to laugh, but so a couple of videos are in the pipeline. I'm working on them, and I got an activation, a POTA activation that I did that where I explain, it's a constant question: how do you get your antenna into the tree? And lots of guys do it, and I'm going to do my version of it. And by the way, I was hovering at 790 something forever, and thank you guys for getting me above 800. I appreciate that. Ham Radio Tectonics, thank you very much. I appreciate it very much. But I got a couple videos going, and someone described Kyle described his own channel as a niche channel. Was that you, Kyle, that said that at Huntsville?
Yep.
Mine's eclectic. I'm all over the place. So yeah. It's
all right.
Eclectic, a mess. It's everywhere, but I'm having fun.
Good. That's good. Okay.
Thanks for having me on.
You bet, man. It's good to catch up with you at Huntsville, and glad you were able to join us tonight as well. So yeah, that's Bill's channel in the chat. Share Kevin and Freddie's channel as well, Frank.
Oh,
because they have. Oh, come on, man. Co-host for me.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go watch you guys' video.
That's right. Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna
everybody should go. I hope you have a video about that cool 12-volt soldering iron, because people are gonna looking for that now, man.
I did. It's the last one. I think it's the last one I did, right, Kyle?
All right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's the last one I did.
And Kyle's video about Huntsville was good. I watched it today as well.
Yep.
So that was,
I learned about Allstar's existence from Jason's channel. So if you go a little further back and see those that have really lit the fire for me. So there's some good stuff back there.
Well, thank you very much for that. Cool. Well, once again, guys, thanks for being here. Appreciate y'all's time. I hope to hear all of you on Allstar, and we'll talk at you this week. So everybody, wave goodbye.
Good to see everyone.
73.
73 all.
73.
73.
Ammo.